Hello, Internet friends. My name is Rich. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be my Star Wars Celebration Haul Part 2. This was originally going to be in 3 parts because Air Canada lost one of my bags. So I did a Part 2 and was hoping and praying they would find my lost bag, which had some more of my haul. But I got a phone call while I was recording that Part 2, the first iteration of the Part 2 video, and Air Canada found my bag and they sent a taxi over. So, you know what? I had a lot to say about Air Canada. I'm not going to say as much now because they did get my bag to me the next day. So that was very cool. So let's get started in no particular order. As you know, I'm really into Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. So I picked up a few more figures I didn't have. There's another clone trooper. I got shirtless sexy Anakin, or sexy shirtless Anakin. And I picked up CC Tin. So that was cool. And not really Star Wars related, but clearly a homage to vintage Kenner style figures. I got a reaction Dracula, because I love the Universal Monsters. Oh, here's my lanyard. I got the limited edition lanyard. Very cool. 40th anniversary logo on the back. Yeah, this did not make my neck rash too much. So that was cool. Picked up a saddle for my dewback. So that was cool. A movie that I've been wanting to pick up for a while is the Plastic Gallery, the story of Star Wars toys. So it's a really cool documentary all about vintage Kenner Star Wars action figures, signed by the director. So that was really cool. This is one of the things that were in that lost bag. So I'm really happy to get this. Got the Empire Strikes Back storybook. I have the Star Wars and Return of the Jedi that I found at a thrift store, so I was able to find this for a really good price to complete that collection. Visited a Disney store. I don't usually buy the Disney diecast Elites, but this is an astromech droid, so I'm thinking I might be able to fudge him in there scale-wise, because the Disney Elite diecast figures are more of a 7-inch scale than 6-inch. But this is an astromech from Rogue One, so I'm going to see if I can sneak him into my Rogue One Black Series display. Also, finally found the Darth Maul 7th Sister 2-pack. Bought this from a vendor for 20 bucks. The next day, I then found it at a Toys R Us for 15, but I only paid $5 more, and there was no tax, so I was just happy to finally find these two. Oh, speaking of happy to find, the Hasbro exclusive, or Celebration exclusive Hasbro Black Series 40th anniversary X-Wing Luke figure. Now, to get this figure, it was one of those deals where you had to show up at the con at like 5 or 6 a.m. and get a wristband. And what Hasbro was doing was, for the first 2 days of the con, you had to have the wristband to purchase this. And then on the last 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, whatever they had left over, they were going to sell. I showed up about 2 hours early each day, and the wristbands were long gone. So Thursday evening, I did something I'm really good at, which is play dumb. And I went up to the Hasbro store and said, "You need a wristband to get this figure," even though I knew that you did. However, they had decided to forego that Thursday afternoon, so anyone could go into the store and buy it. So I just got in line and I grabbed it. So it was very easy to get this figure. I feel bad for people that didn't know about that, because Hasbro didn't do a great job of communicating that you no longer needed the wristband by Thursday. And a lot of vendors who I suspect have early access to the con anyway were able to get in that Hasbro line, get the wristbands, and then sell this figure for between $100 and $150, which is a shame because it was retailing at the Hasbro booth for $27. So hopefully they'll re-release this, maybe without the foil card back, for people that just want this because they're collecting the Black Series on those vintage card backs. I also got a very cool Walking Dead print by artist Michael Golden. He's an official Star Wars artist, but he was also selling some Walking Dead stuff. This is signed. This is actually a gift to my brother, known as Dude, because he watched my house while I was away. So that's very cool. Picked up for my Star Wars home video collection the Special Edition Trilogy widescreen edition. I have these. I have the full screen box set, and I have the widescreen VHS from this collection without the box. So this was $1. Goodwill actually had a booth at Star Wars Celebration, so I picked this up for $1. I just needed the case, but I was glad to find that. What else do we have here? Oh, my sister-in-law, who was on the trip with us, went all out and got me some pennies. No, actually, I think it cost her $5 for these pennies, but they're all, you know, that you put a penny in and you crank the machine and you get little characters on them. These are all Star Wars. I believe they're all from The Force Awakens, so that was really cool of her to do that. I think we're getting into non-Star Wars stuff. My last day in Orlando, I went to a Walgreens and grabbed the Marvel Legends Colossus. Hate that costume, but I do like the figure otherwise. My first day in Orlando, we went to a 24-hour Walmart. So I was a mere 2 hours in Orlando when I began to buy toys, and I found all of the new DC Multiverse figures that I want to. We have the Dark Knight Returns Joker, which is an amazing figure. You'll probably see this on my top 10 list later on in the year. Here is the, sorry for getting seasick, here is the James Gordon Batman, which is kind of cool, and the Batgirl of Burnside. So yeah, found that on my first night there. And last but not least, my number one favorite thing, and my main thing I wanted from Star Wars Celebration was my photograph with Mark Hamill. Really happy. It was not easy to get. The method that they were doing for the lineup for the photographs was not great. The volunteer and staff, however, that was not their fault. They did a great job doing the best they could with the method they were given. So kudos to everyone, the volunteers, the guy that was trying to get all the lines in order. You guys did great. You just didn't have a great method to work with. But I was able to go in and get my my picture of Mark Hamill. I look absolutely dorktacular, but I do not care. And Mark Hamill was great. You literally had 1 second. And Mark Hamill sort of knew exactly what to do. I was able to shake his hand and just, I think, say something ridiculous. And then the staff kind of rushed you out. And I haven't seen very many people holding a vintage Luke Skywalker figure in their photo. So maybe I had an original idea for once. So yeah, there you go. My prized possession from Star Wars Celebration is this. So there you go, guys. If you went to Star Wars Celebration, let me know what swag you managed to pick up. Oh, and I never got into the Star Wars Celebration store. I saw wait times of 2 hours. I saw wait times of 3 hours. That was just to get into the store, which meant you'd have another couple hours to check out. So I eventually just tapped out and never made it into the store. But anyway, there you go, guys. Star Wars Celebration Haul Part 2. And until next time, and also a special thank you to Air Canada for finding my lost luggage. I will see ya.